It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trinholm and Raj Sharma. Expectations versus reality. The city that does it the best or the worst, depending on your expectations, is Hollywood. Hollywood has set some amazing expectations for us. But then something happens in real life to dash all those misconceptions that we've consumed thanks to Hollywood. And the best recent example I can offer up of that is the robbery at the Louvre. Because Hollywood set the expectations for all of us that it would be really, really hard to break into the Louvre and steal crown jewels from Napoleon's time. Reality is, all you need is a ladder and a couple of hammers. And we're all stunned. And I don't know who's more stunned, the Louvre or the rest of the world, because I'm guessing the guys that did it were pretty much, they got what they expected because they had the plan already. They seemed to know.
Yeah, I love that it just took a ladder. Like, of all the security measures that they have at the Louvre, they're just like, you know what? No one's going to use a ladder. And these guys are like, hold my beer.
Is it possible that security at the Louvre also watched the same movies we did and thought, well, we have to make sure we have all these intricate security systems in place. We got to make sure that all the laser beams are Catherine Zeta-Jones proofed. We got to make sure all the tunnels are concreted in. But they didn't stop to think about what happens if someone uses a ladder.
I mean,
yeah,
a little more than a ladder, but you know. But I mean, here the number one problem is the security at the fucking Louvre is like the security at CVS. They're basically going like, oh well, if they're robbing you, just let them take it. I mean, they bullied the fucking security guards. I mean, I understand if you're guarding the the lotion and toothpaste at CVS, but when you're guarding the Mona Lisa and the crown jewels, shoot the motherfuckers.
That's why they give you the gun.
Yeah.
I don't know if they even had guns, but I'm pretty sure.
And how French of that? How French could you get?
Wait,
yeah.
Raj, are you talking about the robbers or the security guards?
One of them had a hammer. So
again, are we talking about the security guards or the robbers?
The robbers won because they went to a Home Depot first.
I know. I never in a million years would I have thought that a successful robbery at the Louvre would have been, in essence, a smash and grab. Never in a million years.
Yeah.
And then they fled on motorcycles. So the police cars couldn't even catch them because the motorcycles were too fast.
And they dropped one of the most expensive, valuable items that they stole.
Yeah.
They dropped the crown.
The crown of the crown jewels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God. I will say the motorcycle exfil was very Hollywood. That part seemed to be pretty accurate. Used the motorcycles to get away from police in Europe. That part worked.
Well, have y'all seen the video they just released of they basically their escape? So it was ladder-esque, but it's a slide that you would slide furniture down.
Okay.
So they basically just went wee all the way down.
So they're movers.
Oh, yeah.
And they just, either they're movers themselves or they took a moving truck from an apartment mover company that's used to sliding furniture down from, floors above one.
Yeah. That's exactly what they did.
Look, some of the best plans are the most simple.
Now, where do you sell the stuff? Is there like a black market?
They can't. Like they said that they'll have to take apart everything and then, recut stones and everything else, unless there is some, now this is where you get Hollywood-esque of, is there some, crazy billionaire who's has some, extravagant private collection of stolen goods that is going to just have them.
A Saudi sultan somewhere on his yacht.
Why has it got to be brown people, Dan? Why can't it just be a crazy white guy?
I didn't say brown people. Okay,
you said a sultan. A Saudi sultan is white.
crazy white guys are too busy shooting up places to take time in stolen property. So
Tell
the
that-
sultans are the ones that have all this, income with the oil and everything. It's like, we'll get you some new jewelry.
Tell that to Elon Musk.
He doesn't buy jewelry.
He's got 1,400 kids. He has to do something for them. He's got to
He's
leave them
saving up for
something
all the weddings. Look, we're getting sidetracked here. The point is, it's the Hollywood versus reality, expectations, everything. I knew they had dropped a very important artifact that they had stolen. I didn't realize it was basically the most valuable one. So
Yeah, and how do you live that down when you get back to like bad guy headquarters and they're like, so where's the crown? And you're like, Steve, did you drop the crown? Like, I told you we should.
Jacques, you had one fucking job.
You put it in the fanny pouch. You don't hold your hand.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's
my really bad accent went from bad French to sort of a bad Schwarzenegger there.
That's not a crown, Steve. That's a hammer. I told you to drop the hammer, keep the crown. How did you fuck this up?
Steve's dyslexic.
Next time, no one with a learning disability. Okay.
Yeah. The other thing that usually happens in films and these heist things is there's usually, like with Interpol or whatever, there's always a set number of people that these are the only people capable of carrying out heists of this magnitude, kind of a thing. And this part kind of has happened. Because Trey, you saw this and sent it to me. Who are the Pink Panther gang and are they behind the Louvre robbery? This is exciting. The Pink Panthers.
That's the most French thing you can do right there. Is to be a gang, not the Bloods, not the Crips. What are you? This is a Pink Panthers.
You're a gang. And look, there's only been so many notorious gangs throughout the history of man. You basically have a blank slate to choose whatever badass gang name you want. And they all sat around, I'm assuming smoking, and came up with Pink Panthers.
How do you get jumped into that gang? Like that's the
softly.
Like a bitch.
I mean, did they pick the name or were they like the Puffy Coat Bandit? Did they just get?
That is true, because like on the American side of things, if you rob a bank, the FBI is the one that typically gives you your name. You don't. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Is you don't choose a nickname. It's assigned to you, right? So I don't know if the French do the same way. 8 priceless treasures from the Apollo Gallery in the world famous Louvre have been stolen by chainsaw wielding robbers. Okay, that's a new wrinkle I didn't know. I didn't realize they had chainsaws as well. Authorities are scrambling to find the gang behind the heist that targeted high security display cases in the famous French museum. The criminals who disguised themselves as construction workers on a cherry picker are still on the run. Kind of brilliant. Authorities fear the one-of-a-kind and therefore highly recognizable items will be melted down and destroyed before thieves can sell them. There are fears that those responsible could be part of the Pink Panthers, a gang which previously stole 23 million pounds of diamonds, that's dollar pounds, not actual pounds, of diamonds from Graff Jewelers in London in 2003. So either they've been on a bit of a hiatus.
Well, I mean, that kind of a heist can afford you a 22-year wait.
Well,
hey, everybody, we're getting the band back together.
A lot of times,
Panthers are back.
Sorry, Trey, go ahead.
A lot of times, some of these high-end heists, they don't make public just for fear of copycat or anything else.
Yeah.
Copy Panther. Sorry, had to say it. Many members of the gang are ex-soldiers with extensive backgrounds in paramilitary training. So could the infamous gang be behind the Louvre theft? Members of the Pink Panthers hail from former Yugoslavian states, including Serbia, Montenegro, and Bosnia. Interpol estimates that there are approximately 800 key members of the criminal network nationwide. The Panthers, stop it. If they're the Pink Panthers, you say the whole name. You can't just say the Panthers. That's different expectations. The Pink Panthers have a history of targeting museums as well as jewelers. In 2008, a museum in Switzerland had a Monet, Van Gogh, Cézanne, and a Degas stolen with an estimated worth of 119,162,880 pounds. Also, credit to me for saying all those names properly. Others would have said Degas. I said Degas because I know.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Give me all the claps. I appreciate that.
You want all the claps?
Claps, plural.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the singular one, which is the viral.
I'll give you all the clap.
I don't want that. No one wants all the clap. Claps, yes. Clap, no. Okay, so the Pink Panther gang, they're wondering, are they the ones that did it? I'm wondering, if you call yourselves the Pink Panther gang, aren't you required to use the theme song as you carry out your nefarious plans?
Yes, and don't you have to have like the cigarette with the little filter
Mm-hmm.
and the, I don't know what that's called. The little like the little
Filter.
whatever that is. Filter.
It's just a big
monocle.
plastic filter, monocle, beret, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you have to have the song, which judging by the way they went, I think you could have done it. You know, done.
Because here's my other favorite part of this is they're dressed as construction workers. They use a cherry picker on a ladder to get up to the second floor to then make entry, smash stuff, and then slide back down the apparatus. The Pink Panther song, let's all do it momentarily. Do-do, 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 do-do. That theme song, beats per minute, matches about how long it would take the slow-moving cherry picker to raise itself up to the second floor, giving security ample time to wonder, hey, what are these guys up to? We don't have any maintenance scheduled for today. Just slowly creeping up.
Clearly they don't communicate well with security because they didn't really seem to notice. I mean, raise a cherry picker. I mean, the only Hollywood thing ask about it is the saw they used to cut the circular, hole in the window where they crawled through. That was, kind of cool. But again, the security, no taser, no pepper spray, something.
Did they move? Did they react?
They said
They
they were
yelled.
protecting the crowd, and they basically they bullied them with a hammer, and so they ran off.
They're protecting the crowd from all the flying glass of all the smashing and the robbing.
Yeah,
Stand back. We don't want you to get cut.
All I can see is the Kevin Bacon in Animal House. Stay calm, remain. There's nothing to see here. As the crowd, I don't know if you've seen the videos. The crowd's running down the hallways.
The only thing better would have been if the security guards turned around and said, "Let me help."
Yeah, I like the fact that they were dressed as construction workers, and one was an Indian chief, one was a cop. It was basically the village people of robberies.
Da-dum, da-dum. Da-da-da. They all just
It goes from
they all could have broken out into a line dance, and it would have made it still would have just
it just goes all of a sudden and then you break out the horns, start YMCA.
Security guards leading everyone. Everybody. God, what an absolute dumb thing. Because when I saw the headline, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is going to be good. Because I've seen National Treasure and I've seen brain farting on the name of the movie right now, but the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery where they have to pull off the big heist thing where he creepily watches her do yoga between laser lines. It was just kind of weird. But anyway,
I think we all creepily watched that one. That was not just Sean Connery. That was all of us.
Rewind, play. Rewind, play. Yeah, I had it on VHS.
Of course it did.
But of course, I can't remember the name of the damn movie off the top of my head right now. But anyway, I've got too much Pink Panther rolling around in there. So the gang, the people, the suspects still on the loose. 8 objects were taken: a sapphire diadem, a necklace, and a single earring from a matching set linked to the 19th century French queens Marie Amélie and Hortense. What a bunch of jerks. You're just going to take the one earring? That just sounds like a dick move.
Well, I mean, maybe they were just big fans of the '80s, and they're just going to put it in their left ear, and you wake them up before you go.
See, we just
That's-
cracked the case. The secret buyer is
Or that-
George
yes,
Michael.
Boy George. Culture Club is the one that got all the jewelry.
Or that's another thing they dropped, and then they got there. Really, you couldn't get the set.
Just the one, really. What am I going to do with this?
Go back and get it. See if it's in the road. Because no one's a French. Somebody just kicked it to the side.
Mhm.
It's like,
All right,
there's
well-
crowns everywhere.
I don't want to throw too much on Interpol's plate here, but there was another robbery. There was another theft recently. This one occurred in the United States. Here we go. There's video of this one.
Tape on this. Just counting those autographs to give us those numbers. Cunningham got bumped. We'll go back to the line to shoot 2.
So now that you've seen it, I'll reset this. As it says in the caption, Sophie Cunningham sat on the cameraman's face and he did nothing to stop her. Let's watch this again.
Tape on this. Just counting those autographs to give us those numbers. Cunningham got bumped. We'll go back to the line to shoot 2.
That there was a theft of innocence for that poor man's face.
Yeah.
I have a second angle on this, by the way. I should probably actually clarify. It's not a second angle. It's just more of a zoomed in so we can analyze it more professionally. Actually, it appears a computer gremlin ate the other angle I thought I had. So let's just rewatch this lovely one here.
Tape on this. Just counting those autographs to give us those numbers. Cunningham got bumped. We'll go back to the line to shoot 2.
I love how Sophie puts her hand in her chest like, oh, I'm so sorry. But that cameraman, I don't know if he's exemplifying outstanding professionalism
Mhm.
or if he's just like, whatever I do, don't move, don't say a word, because if I do, she may get up faster.
Now that cameraman's going, I have covered some of the shittiest basketball for a while, and I finally got rewarded for my toils.
A slam dunk for all those layups.
Uh-huh.
I've been sitting on my ass courtside for countless basketball games, and this is the greatest moment of my career. The only thing better would have been if he had said, no, come back.
Yeah. Only thing better if he had grabbed her hips and go, you're not moving.
You're mine now.
Yeah.
I'm sure her wife would be pissed.
Oh, she's straight.
Okay.
And he gets to say, if it sits, it fits. I know it's supposed to go the other way around, but whatever.
Well, hopefully there wasn't an over under on faces set for her, because then she's gonna get suspended.
I'm going to assume this has something to do with the NBA betting scandal.
Oh my God! Have y'all?
I only saw a brief headline yesterday that said there's another NBA betting scandal. I'm like, well, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, no, I mean, some of it. There's two aspects to it that are just the game stuff is because NBA really is probably the only sport an individual can affect the game, but especially now that there are individual prop bets. So I forgot the player's name, but there's one guy. All of a sudden, there's a big bump in his activity, and it's all the under. Oh, he'll score less than 9 points. He'll do less than this many rebounds. And 10 minutes into the game, he just takes himself out. He's like, oh, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Man, I can do that.
Yeah,
I guarantee
exactly.
you, I could go into an NBA game and I will get the under on everything.
It's like I think it's Chauncey Billups, and then there are a few names that you know of, both as players and coaches. But probably the more fascinating part about it is this poker angle, that these NBA players were having these high stake poker games backed by 4 out of the 5 crime families of New York.
Oh,
And
yeah.
but
now
they're
we're talking.
using technology like X-ray tables and cards that have infrared sensors, contact lenses that can see the infrared cards. This technology where they basically, as they're shuffling, it knows what order the cards are in and how they're going to be dealt. So it gives these somebody had an earpiece in, and it would give you like 1 beep, 2 beep, 4 beep, whatever, and that was the hand that's going to win.
Oh, okay. So while robbing the Louvre seems to be much easier than we all thought, trying to rip off Vegas or Atlantic City is still quite difficult.
This isn't, well, some of this, the point spread stuff, actually, no. It's just finding players to do it. It's
yeah, not that. I'm talking about the poker stuff and the technology.
Yeah, the poker stuff. So these were all private games. This wasn't at a casino or anything else.
Okay.
These were, and like when I say high stake, I think one guy lost 1.8 million in one night.
Yeah, Chauncey Billups, one hand was 50 grand. He won.
But like, it's mind-boggling that, you know, leave it to the crime families. They're gonna figure out a way to, you know, rob their once, you know, they're mad that they got rid of all the casinos, so now they're going to rob them.
Yeah. It is fascinating, though, that you've got so much betting now is in sports. And a story like this is everything that allegedly at league levels, NBA, NFL, MLB, have wanted to avoid any appearance, any possibility of an open door for impropriety. But now you've got the actual networks like ESPN jumping into the betting foray with ESPN Bet, creative name, by the way, because I guess the rest of the world's like, look, it's happening. People are gambling anyway. We might as well, you know, sink our teeth into it to try to get a piece of that pie. Well, and now this happens, and I'm not shocked.
No, and who's the league that's been on the vanguard of this stuff? It's the NBA. They've gotten in bed with the gambling companies. But that's the one of all the sports. The NBA is the one sport where you can fix an outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that with the individual prop bets.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, and this goes back. I mean, I forgot which one. You know, it happened in college. You know, college basketball, where, you know, they were paying a couple guys, and a lot of times it's not so much throwing. You know, there's a point spread. So let's say, you know, if the other team is +7, oh, you know, you miss a free throw or you miss a layup, and you know, you only win by 5.
Yeah. And there's always these conspiracy theories flying around with some of these games. And this is really true. People say it with the NFL all the time, but it's really hard to do it in the NFL, where they'll be like, okay, the over-under is this. And then mysteriously or magically, there's a penalty called. It's like I said, it's conspiracy theory stuff, especially on the NFL.
But that's
side.
Also, and this goes back, whether it is, you know, Vegas now hires MIT level mathematicians but going back to, you know, Roxy Roxbury, of, you know, these guys were savants when it came to making point spreads. And in the NFL now, especially, you almost are guaranteed a trash time touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And that a lot of times puts you, you know, over, under, you know, whatever, you know, with the spread.
Yeah. It's those trash time touchdowns that'll change the over and under what everyone thought was going to happen. They thought it was locked in. It wasn't, because garbage time touchdown. And then same thing with the point spread. It's like, I'm gonna cover. I had the Buccaneers +7. I'm gonna cover. Oh no. You got too excited too early.
But yeah, I mean, because like you said, in football, it's really hard to mess with. I mean, I guess if with individual prop bets, if you had, let's say, a receiver and they just dropped a pass, yeah, maybe. But there's a good chance.
That might explain a lot of CeeDee Lamb's drops, because he'll make a really difficult catch and then he'll be like, just, oh, where did it go? Like on the easy ones, it's like, okay, now I'm suspicious.
But with the NBA, there's just so many ways you could do it, and that was always the fear.
Yeah. Well, it's back again.
Yeah, and it'll be curious how they deal with this.
Like, I mean, arrests were made. I'm assuming everybody's posted their bonds and they're out. But like you were saying, it's 4 out of the 5. It just reminds me of Trident. Like 4 out of 5 mafia families support basketball gambling.
Well,
What was
I'm sure
the
the
fifth
fifth one's
one
going.
doing?
I'm sure the fifth one's looking at the other. Why didn't you call us? What? We're not good enough for you? Huh?
I smell a rat. I think what happened was the fifth family found out they weren't involved. They were not included in this lucrative situation. And they said, hello, FBI.
No, they would just have to say that out loud because their house is bugged. They're
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, you're right.
"Hello,
Like, why am I
FBI."
even trying to like mime it out with my hands or anything? Like, hey, I got a hot tip. Or just walk out to the van, be like, hey, I got a tip for you. Which, by the
Chauncey
way,
Billups.
which, by the way, if you are an FBI surveillance van, isn't it your responsibility to name your own network FBI surveillance van? Because people wouldn't expect you to do that these days on the Wi-Fi things.
The Wi-Fi's gotcha.
Like the mafia, they're looking down on the available networks in their area. Like, oh, this one says FBI surveillance van. Ah, that's just a joke one. Why does it say no really after it?
Seriously, outside.
It confessed more crimes.
Why is it named Fredo?
Really got to start VPNing this stuff. For all things Treehouse, treehouseonair.com. You can also find and follow us on social media at Treehouse On Air. For the show, for me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. For Trey, at Trey Turnholm1, and for Raj, at Comedian Raj. We'll see you next time, right here inside the Treehouse.